Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, celestial beings. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel today. This is a general reading for the collective, so not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, and that's okay. There's some great things in the description box for you. And if you want to support the channel or continue supporting the channel, like, interact with the video, or even subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've done all the things off camera, so when I turn the camera on, that means I'm ready to get down to business. Now, the energy that is here, um this is in regards to you, you, the collective. So whomever this resonates with, you are with child, okay, or you are in a new family dynamic, okay. You have started a new family dynamic with someone who's not fully into the same situation that you're in. I feel like what this person did was put you in a scenario thinking one thing while they were living a completely different life. So this is like where you guys started, and these are the conversations. So somebody may have, or some of you may have already had started a family with this person, right? Or had talks of starting a family with this person, but this person has commitment issues. This person is definitely in something else and they're not being totally honest with you. Okay. This person is worried about what it is that you're finding out or what it is that you know in regards to their other situation, because they are definitely juggling time, people, and circumstances. Okay. This person's other person, okay, it's not too nice. All right. So for some of my collective, you may not have known about them being with the other person, because the way that they represented themselves, like they were no longer in that was over and done. Maybe something is waiting to be finalized. It's not yet finalized yet. Okay. Something with the paperwork, something about she's not or he's not wanting to sign, or it's definitely over between us, but I just gotta legally get this situation done. Or they have children together, you're being strung along, but they really did represent themselves in a different manner to you. Okay. For some in the collective, you knew about the other person. They were supposed to get out of this situation and they just hadn't yet did it. There may also be a mother figure involved. I feel like that this person has been trying to tell you about the deception, and you may have ignored you may have ignored this person. You may have felt like this person was just being a hater, and this didn't want to see y'all together. Currently, this is y'all's situation, you and that other person. This is the situation what they said that they were getting out of with the other person. Okay. But this is also the situation that they're presenting to you, that they're bringing to you. They may be nitpicking, starting fights, in that kind of situation, because this person that they supposedly, air quotes, be getting out of the situation with, um, is not aware that they're telling people that they're getting out of this situation. Okay. And this person, and rightfully so, right? Huh. They may have told you that this person is controlling, this person um, is manipulative, this person just wants things their way, they don't care about them, they don't care about their feelings, all those things. They may have told you this, but what you're finding out is this is absolutely not the truth. And if you don't know now, you know. It's absolutely not the truth. They are not leaving this other person, even though they had made it as if that they were. Okay. Hiding secrets, keeping stuff from you, may even be gaslighting you again, starting arguments and fights. And clearly the message here is, if your gut is telling you And it's somewhere deep down inside, you know, you have a choice to make. Okay. And that choice is totally yours. What you're going to accept, what you're going to continue to let be, you know, and things like that, that is totally your decision. Right now, you know, for those who are in the know, is not too happy. Okay. You're in a situation, you're possibly with child, and you may possibly be now a single mom, because this person is not going to show up the way that you thought they were, the way that they said they were, because they was getting out of that situation, and it was all a lie. For some, the other person is actually this with their partner. They're actually happy with their partner. Okay. They just got a problem with keeping their hands to themselves. They got a problem with um wanting that cake and eating it too. That's what their problem is. Again, I said this person has commitment issues. Okay. They have commitment issues with their significant other, and they definitely got commitment issues with you. Okay. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, because I feel like for those who are in the know, who has made the decision to pour love into themselves, that they're going to pour love into this child when the child comes to terms, or have came to terms with what he is, have went through the processes and found some sense of freedom of knowing that you're not going to be tied to this individual in their shenanigans, and that you've come and made peace with it. You done gave yourself grace. You done, you know, try to find a way to move on. That's what you are trying to do. This person may have taken a time with, you know, giving you answers, or the fact that they have slowly taken time to gaslight you, to paint these pictures, but not actually take action in anything. That's just confirmation right there that this person is not acting on what they said that they were going to do. They're not. They're not. Mm-mm. Here you are again. You showing up clearly as yourself, in a sense of peace with the situation, what you know, what you're currently going through, and how you're going to deal with it moving forward. You know, and no matter how low they try to make you seem for being in the situation in the first place, again, you have made peace with the situation, and you are trying to move on. Let's just see if the rest of this is saying that they're going to do the same. Let's see what investing, what they believe. Well, you may have had a conversation with this person after putting two and two together, when they weren't being so forthright and truthful. You may have put the two and two together about his home situation, that he's not leaving, and then him saying something about how much time he's invested, how much he's invested into the relationship, and it's not just easy to leave now. That conversation probably happened in his web of lies. Yeah, he's trying to hold on. Okay, it's the cake. It's the cake. He or she, they're being deceptive, okay, about the whole situation. If they do not believe that you have caught on to what's going on, they are going to milk this and ride this out as long as they possibly can. That's what they're doing. They're the ones being manipulative. They're the one that's trying to control the narrative. They're the ones that think that you are silly out your mind and you don't know what the heck is going on. What the heck? And that you will stay in this situation because they are them. Like they some type of gift. Whew, let's see. Let's see. I feel like that some dreams are not going exactly as, you know, we want them to. This person can also be acting immature at the time, clearly. They can be acting immature, and you're trying to figure out where this is coming from, why the sudden change, why are you acting different? They're acting different. Again, they're picking fights and starting stuff because they want you to accept this change and they want you to move on. But you want to move on. They don't have to tell you. They don't have to direct that. But that's what their intentions are. That's what they're hoping. That's what they're worried about. That's why they can't sleep. And that's why they full of anxiety, because they don't know what kind of approach you ready to take with this information. Are you going to try to get through to their significant other and start some mess there? This person is sweating bullets just because they didn't know how to keep their stuff to themselves. This person, love on yourself. That Ace of Cups is here for a reason. You're supposed to love on yourself. And when nobody else is going to do it, you do it. Why? Because you have so much more to look forward to, right? You have the opportunity to still raise this child in a loving environment full of everything they can ever imagine. It's possible. You can do it. That's the energy surrounding the moving on. It's not the end for you. It is not the end for you. This is just a situation where somebody took advantage of somebody else, fed them a bunch of lies, and now here's the consequences, showing his ugly face. They clearly stopped reciprocating um with you. At first they were going along with it. They was doing the give and take, yeah, and but it was that at that moment of finding out about the baby, about this new addition to everyone, that they started getting out of pocket, started wishing you the worst, right? Or I mean, because this is clearly them in their they've been found out stages, right? Um, and you could have been sending this type of energy to that person. Like, I wish all kind of things end for you, right? Like, why you get to continue to live a good life while you're up here messing up other people's lives, right? And not caring how things turn out for them. So their energy may have been sent to them. Because what was they trying to leave you with, right? It's like this was a shot at pride, at someone's pride. Um, when the back and forth started happening, when the not so well wishes started happening, when the attitudes and characteristics changed, and the reciprocation stopped and the gaslighting started. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the situation felt much worse for you, and it left you without a little bit of, left you missing some dignity. Okay, if you didn't feel like this took away a lot of your dignity, or or you could be trying to figure out how you're going to leave this person in this type of situation, when 9 times out of 10 you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sit back and watch the magic happen, because they've already sealed their fate. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to play into it. Something's over for them. They their karma and their get back, something ended for them. Something is not the same. Something is definitely not the same. Now, I don't know if you push some hands and made some things happen, but something is definitely over for them. Involving a feminine energy, involving someone clearly intuitive and knows exactly what is going on, and knowing exactly what they're doing in regards to this situation and this person, playing with people's emotions. Like I said, thinking they can have their cake and eat it too. They included more people than what was invited to the situation. But somebody was already there informing you. And I feel like this is somebody of theirs. It's like, when they knew what was going on. And they knew that this person was doing some shady stuff behind everybody's back. You know how when you were younger and maybe in high school, and like I had all brothers, right? And I'm the person sitting back watching them bring a different person around every holiday, or um, just around the home or whatever. Like every week it was somebody different, and then you just like, how y'all not know about each other? It's just like, okay, here comes another one. At that time, I'm thinking that the young lady is the silly one in the situation, but clearly she just didn't know, right? But my young mind wasn't thinking that. So this person's elder, somebody older, could possibly be their mother figure, was watching this happen, and it didn't sit well with them. This person may have told you just out of what appeared to be spite at the time, was just the best way that she can let you know what was going on. It may not have to be spiteful at all. But this man or woman clearly has a significant other. And this mother figure or mother cannot just stand by watching this go on. And they took out it, they took all they could take. They took all they could take, and they just had to let you know. Well, let me get a couple of more, and then I will close out this situation here. Yeah, because somebody's tired of the foolishness. But I don't feel like I don't feel like the bulk. I don't feel like the bulk of what has gone down is completed or is done. I feel like more of this is going to play out. More of it is in need of playing out. It's not over, okay? Love on yourself. Got another ace. Just love on yourself. And do loving things and move in love, okay? Because that is going to serve you better than being spiteful, wishing them harm and hate, and wishing things happen to them. Something's already ended in their life. If it's not that other relationship that they was trying to protect from you, no, protect them from you. That's what I feel like ended already. That's what I found. That's what I feel like is already found out. You know what I'm saying? They're doing their best to hide you from their person. And mom's Duke could have alerted everybody because they tired of it. I got a whiff of energy there. I think mom's Duke done played both sides and then told mom's Duke done tipped them scales to justice and said, hey, let me tell y'all something about my daughter or my son. Okay. What I'm gonna tell you what they not gonna do, but this is what they doing. Now, after I give you this information and you choose to try to do whatever, that's on you. But they tried to get this information out to present some type of justice for you and the other person in regards to this person trying to play both fields. This person clearly trying to eat all this cake. And they tired of watching it. They tired of people being emotionally involved. Now we got a baby coming. And so, that's going to be a whole thing. And uh the whole situation is a sad situation, and all because this person was being dishonest. That's all this is. The result of somebody's dishonesty. But for you, you know where you have made peace and found peace in your situation and what you're going to do with it. We getting confirmation. Just do that. Right. Just do that. There's not, for those I know that didn't know, there's no forgiving yourself. You didn't know, right? um but then you have the collective that this person said they were trying to get out, but they wouldn't actually trying to get out. So then it's kind of like a Uno reverse. I need to make this right type situation on your behalf, because um we went with you thinking this person was being honest and was getting out of this situation, when the whole time it was just a story that they were telling. Okay. um they thought that, again, with this lead card, they thought they could take control of the situation. They thought they had the situation under control. They didn't know they was going to be outed by their own mom or mother like figure. Could have been an older auntie. They was outed. Okay. Choose how you want to look at the situation so you can move forward. How you choose to move forward. Okay. You're going to look at this as a loss, or you're going to look at it as a win, depending on how you looking at the situation. Depends on your perspective on how you're seeing everything. Could be a win that you found everything out the way you found out, so you know how to move, how you know how to go on. Somebody can feel like it's a total loss, and what are you going to do? So it's just depending on how you're going to look at it. But the main message was to continue to pour love into yourself, no matter what. Because this is not over. And it's either going to get rockier or it's going to get better for some. So say what you got to say. Don't let nobody control your narrative, Be vocal about your feelings, your emotions. Yeah, yeah. Just be vocal and up front, in truth, living your truth and truthfully, because this person wasn't truthful at all. And I'm also seeing the 555 is definitely about changes. Uh, yeah. Had this person moved in truth in the beginning, the situation just would not have blown up the way that it did. But because it was going to come out anyway, even though, moms had played a part of this, making sure that this justice for you happened. Um, you just got to choose you, and you got to choose love, and you got to choose love for your baby. So this is the message, and this is the energy. Take what resonates and leave the rest. But until next time, collective, I'm not worried about y'all. I know y'all got this. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Until next time.